And here we are. Hello, everyone. Welcome to, technically you can't say second annual, right?
No.
That's not grammatically correct. But our second ever ACM Awards pre-show for the 56th annual show. Brooks here, and we also have, yes, the two-time ACM Award-winning morning show of the year, or just radio personalities of the year, Jim Denny, Deb Honeycutt, and Kevin Freeman. Hello, everyone.
Hey.
Hi.
Hey.
And we also have midday host extraordinaire, Miss Jenna Rae. Hey, Jenna.
What up?
And I believe defending champion when it coms to ACMs, at least predictions.
Me?
Yeah, at least ACMs, I think.
She doesn't even know that.
Yeah, all I know is I beat Deb, and that's all I need.
Oh, Jenna.
That makes one
You
of
know
us.
what?
Oh,
Yeah, because Brooks did not.
he's
I
a
don't
little
wanna talk
bitter
about
about
it.
that. Yeah.
He's a little bitter.
We already have a few people checking in, including we have Anastasia here. Oh, checking in from Australia.
Oh,
Hey,
wow.
hey.
We have Jennifer Redmond here. Also,
Jennifer.
we have Janice or Janice.
Hi, Janice.
Missy. We have Laura. Wow, the people are flooding in real quick, listening to Florida Georgia Line right now. Anastasia is excited for Keith, naturally. So, yeah, we've got another great award show underway. I'm super excited. Let's just start off with the performances real quick, because there are a lot of great performances coming up tonight and performers. As we go, we're going to try and go clockwise as much as we can here to keep the conversation flow going. So, Jim, any one in particular you're looking forward to seeing?
You know, I always love Keith Urban, because he just rocks it anyway. And he's one of the greatest guitar players here. I'm looking forward to Keith Urban.
How about you, Jenna?
Always Miranda Lambert. I think she is twice tonight. Two collaborations, and then my girl, Carly Pierce.
Carly.
Love her.
Yeah.
Kevin?
Thomas Rhett or Keith Urban or both is what I would say. Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to Miranda Lambert. Correct me if I'm wrong, Brooks, but I think she's opening the show. And she's performing her song Drunk with Elle King, and I am so excited.
The song is named Drunk. She's not performing it drunk. Someone just now tuning in, not quite understanding what you just said.
Not performing Drunk. She's performing the song Drunk, and I am obsessed with it. If you were one of those people that teased your hair out and wore the White Rain hairspray, you'll love the video to that song. So it's going to be a great performance.
As far as performers go for me, I'm really excited to see Dierks Bentley. He'll be performing U2's Pride in the Name of Love.
Yeah.
I love that song, so I cannot wait to see what Dierks has in store for that one.
And if he got his hair cut or not.
He did
He
it.
did not.
He did.
Oh, wow.
It's longer, too.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He took his hat off and showed it. It's like rocking out. It's pretty long.
All over the place.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys had a great interview with Dierks not too long ago, and a couple of years back at the ACM Awards, you spoke with one half of the hosts, Keith Urban. Kevin, tell us a little bit about that conversation.
Well, Deb asked if he still gets nervous performing in front of a live television show and his peers, and he said, "You always get nervous."
We think that for you to go out on stage is easy. Do you ever get nervous at all anymore? You still do?
Yeah, especially before award shows.
Really?
Because there's so much that can go wrong. We played the ACMs one year and my guitar amp kept blowing up. And I had to do a solo in the middle of the song, so I had to have my amp working. And they were like, all right, 20 seconds. And like they got a standby amp, poof, it blew. My guitar tech, I'll forever remember, just sweat drenched off his face, white as a ghost. And a guy with a clipboard and a mic going, "Are we good? Are we ready?" And I'm like, "No." No. And he goes, "We good? Are we good? Are we good? Nope, we're not good. Moving on."
What?
And I got my guitar in my hand, and he goes, "We're just moving on."
But I rehearsed it.
They pushed us off stage, and I walked off stage with my guitar in hand, going, "Where's the happy guitar swing, Everett?"
How many years of your career was this?
So lost. That was only a handful of years ago.
Oh my goodness.
And I was backstage just shocked, because it's your worst night. You're terrified that is what's going to happen.
Live TV, huh?
I've always thought, what happens if that happens? Now I know.
Now you know.
They move on.
They move on.
And luckily they squeezed us in towards the end of the show.
That reminds me of dealing with the tech issues with Fan Jam.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I was panicking the whole time. All right, let's move on. Let's move on.
I wish you could have seen his face. His face he was so dejected. It was like, no, we rehearsed this. He looked brokenhearted. Yeah.
That's great. Let's quick look at some of the winners that that have already been announced. Congratulations to both of the artists of the year, new artists, I should say. Jimmy Allen winning on the male side, and then for the female new artist of the year, not much of a surprise on this one. Gabby Barrett, who's had a couple of monster hits. I believe she may have just topped the charts already with the good ones tonight. So she's could be having a lot to celebrate tonight. Also, we had the video of the year, that one going to Kane Brown with Worldwide Beautiful. And then music event of the year, which I believe won the CMA award as well. Carly Pierce, Lee Brice, I hope you're happy now. And what's exciting this time around, Carly and Lee will actually get to perform it together. Yeah, unlike the CMA awards, after testing positive for COVID-19, being Lee Brice. But with that in mind, Kevin, you had quite a question, I guess, for lack of a better term.
I would be able to rely on my dear friends, Jim Denny and Deborah Honeycutt, to bail me out. We were interviewing Carly early on, and my brain just went blank, and I couldn't think of the right word, what to say, when I was asking her about if she got assistance in choosing the wardrobe for award shows. Here's what happened. Do you have a what do you call it, a designer or a coach or something for your clothing, or do you pick stylist?
Coach.
Coach. Okay.
I got me a clothing coach.
No,
That sounds so redneck.
I know.
I liked it. It was good.
Do you have someone that tells you, Carly, this looks great on you, or do you kind of do your own thing?
Kind of a mix. This year, actually, my management and I just flew to New York and with my mom and kind of picked out something, which was fun and different. But I think that's what's fun about it is you can use stylists. We have amazing stylists. I have an amazing stylist in Nashville, but sometimes you just want to branch off and do something different.
In Indiana, we call him a coach.
You got to get you a coach.
A clothing coach.
So we know Mom's proud. Does she ever have you, hey, Carly, listen, I've got the plumber here. He doesn't believe that you're my daughter.
She was on the phone the other day with Apple and was like, do you listen to country music? And I was in her house. I'm almost 30 years old. I was like, God, you're still doing it. The lady was like, sometimes. She's like, my daughter's Carly Pierce. Do you know the songs, Every Little Thing in High and Wide? I was just like,
proud mom.
She is a proud mom. Yeah, she's sweet.
I think Deb had your back there. She was right there with stylists.
Did you hear Jim chime in at all? No.
Well, you know what?
Radio silence.
He's usually in the bathroom during an interview, so he probably wasn't even there.
That's the funny stuff, Deb. That's the funny stuff.
Sorry, truth hurts, buddy. Truth hurts.
I love it. Now let's get to some of the nominees and categories, the major ones that haven't been announced yet. I'm going to add this to the mix so we can kind of see and not, forget who are nominated as I read the names. So if you can see, we'll go top to bottom from me, Jim, Jenna, Rae, Kevin, and Deb.
Okay.
Actually, we'll start with you, Jim, but we'll go to Song of the Year. This is awarded to the songwriters, publishers, and artists. Miranda Lambert's Bluebird, Ashley McBride, One Night Standards, Old Dominion's Some People Do, Chris Stapleton, Starting Over, and Maren Morris, The Bones. So, Jim, let's hear it.
I mean, Bluebird is just, it's got it all right there. The writing, and I know it's for the Song of the Year, it is about writing. I got to go with the Miranda Lambert and Bluebird for the Song of the Year, without a doubt.
I am going to go with The Bones, Maren Morris.
Look at you.
Well, I agree with Jim up to a point. First of all, I wish I had written any one of these songs. I'd be a lot wealthier today because these are all great songs. But I thought about Miranda, but I have to agree with Jenna. It's going to be The Bones, Maren Morris.
Oh, wow. Okay, so I didn't pick any of those. I think they're all great songs. I love myself some Bluebird, but I am going with I Hope You're Happy Now. I thought it was a huge hit, and it was one of those songs that it was an earworm, and you couldn't stop singing it.
Is that up?
That's
no, you're on video. No.
It's single.
Oh, single. Shoot. All right.
I love you, Deb. I love you.
No. I'm looking at what you have. You have Song of the Year. Oh, I was looking just above. Okay, so maybe these glasses don't work. Okay, so Bluebird, Starting Over. Oh no, I'm going to go with The Bones, Maren Morris. So sorry.
That's okay. I see a
I
lot of
jumped ahead.
The majority here is the Bones as well in the comment section as well. I honestly I was thinking Bluebird.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a coin flip. Also, I would don't sleep on Ashley McBride's One Night Standards either.
That's a good one.
Yeah, so I mean, this top to bottom, this whole list is great, but yeah, I'm going with Bluebird on this one. Now we move on to single of the year.
I'm down.
There we go. So now you can see that one, Deb.
I know what Deb's voting for.
Yeah, I know. Pretty adamant.
Jim, what do you think for single of the year?
I heard this song. My son played for me early, and he said, "Listen to this. See who you think this is." And I'm like, "I don't know who that is." It was Carly Pearson Lee Bryce, and I hope you're happy now. And I thought, what a fantastic song. And to this day, I still think, what a great single. That's my choice.
Jenna?
I am tempted to say Gabby Barrett, but I'm going to double down and go with the Bones.
Ooh.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, I'm splitting my vote. I went Bones earlier. I'm going with Carly and Lee. I'm going with Jim Denny on this one, and I hope you're happy now.
Boo.
And Deb, I think we know yours.
I mean, I'm happy to share that whole story all over again. If you'd like.
Explain yourself. No, I'm just kidding. So this one, I'm actually going to go with what Jenna originally had with Gabby Barrett, and I hope that's also, I like the odds are the same no matter what, but chances are the Bones should win one of those two.
Yeah.
Granted, I didn't pick either. But yeah, I'm going with Gabby Barrett in this one. And I hope, it was just such a ridiculous hit. And I think like at the end of the year when like for 2020, the Billboard like top song or whatever for most played or whatever it was, I hope. But
wow.
Incredible. Regardless, let's just talk about the incredible female representation here. I think that's awesome.
Despite the fact, Brooks, that I sang the Bombs for like the first 3 weeks that song was out, I thought she was saying the Bombs. And then I thought that doesn't really make any sense. And then she said, talk about the foundation, the Bones. And
Bones.
Anyway,
The Bones. Yeah.
I might have to steal that for my TikTok because having fun with those.
Yeah.
Album of the year. Okay, so we have Luke Bryan's Born Here, Live Here, Die Here, Kane Brown's Mixtape Volume 1, Ashley McBride's Never Will, Brothers Osborne's Skeletons, and Chris Stapleton's Starting Over.
Wow. Man.
Let's start it off with Jim.
Man, this is just so
It's
tough.
tough.
I had a chance to try to go through and listen to these. I got to go with Luke on this one. I think it's just a crapshoot. It's up there. They're all so spectacular. But I got to go with Luke. Born Here, Live Here, Die Here. If nothing else, the title is killer.
That's very true. What about you, Jenna?
I am tempted to go with one of the last two, but I think they love him, and I'm going with someone else for Entertainer of the Year, so I'm going to say Chris Stapleton.
Ooh.
I always like your strategy, by the way. It's always a matter
very
of
interesting.
I have it in my head. It's it usually doesn't work, but I got to go with it.
Chris Stapleton. What about you, Kev?
I got to go with my buddy Jim again. I think Luke Bryan. They're all great albums, by the way. You can only afford to buy one album a year. Buy any of those, you'd be doing just great. But I think the Luke Bryan album is the winner this year.
And Deb?
I like to narrow it down to two, kind of like I do in Can't Beat Deb. And then you got like a 50-50.
And then get it wrong. Got it. Okay.
Hey, now. That was so
I was about to
rude.
say, I should try that strategy.
Yeah, well, you didn't, so you lost. We're going to move on. I'm going with Luke Bryan as well. I think the other option that could win is Chris Stapleton, and I do love his voice and the traditional voice. But I think Luke Bryan always picks some really great songs, so I think it's a good album.
I'll be honest, I'm a little taken back by the consensus pretty much being Luke Bryan as far as the comments go. But that said, I thought that was going to be a sleeper vote for me. Just saying don't sleep on that one because obviously, Luke Bryan, he has his, radio hits, I guess, so to speak, but he's also just had some awesome songwriting, and the deluxe edition of that album is even better. Those 6 songs that he added were fantastic. The last 3, I think, again, Ashley McBride's going to pull an upset at some point tonight. I don't know when to pick it, and I might not even pick it either, but I wouldn't be surprised if she ends up taking away some hardware. I'm going to go with Stapleton and Starting Over as well. That was an incredible album, and But again, a lot of deserving nominees in this category.
Yeah, Ashley her album's on that list for a reason. If you download her album and listen to it, she has excellent songs. And there's a song called Sparrow on that album, which is beautiful. You have to listen to.
100%. Let's go to Group of the Year. This has kind of been the Old Dominion Award as of late, but never say never. There are a lot of talented nominees here. You have Lady A, Little Big Town, Old Dominion, the Cadillac 3, and the Highwomen. Let's kick it off with you, Jim.
The song What If I'd Ever Get Over You was probably one of the best single songs that I've ever heard. Just the way it was written, and the entire album was so deep as well. So I got to go with Lady A. I mean, the way they put these things together, their harmonies are spectacular. It's not just one lead singer, it's everybody's a lead singer. And the way they produce these things up, I mean, Lady A is the bomb.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, the bomb.
Wow.
What about you, Jenna?
It's kind of hard because it's only been like 5 months since we just did this. So I'm trying to remember like what came out when. But I'm going to play it safe and go with Old Dominion.
That's not a bad pick.
Yeah.
No.
He's disagreeing.
We'll see, Jim.
Yeah. Boy, I hate to keep not agreeing with Jim, but keep agreeing with Jim. I'm agreeing with him again. Lady A will take home the trophy tonight.
Oh gosh. I never agree with Jim, but I'm also going to say it's going to go to Lady A. However, I just got to throw this out there. I love the Cadillac 3. I like Old Dominion, but I love that the Cadillac 3 are included in there because if you notice, Rascal Flatts is missing from this category. And Cadillac 3, they've been trying to climb their way in, and just it's nice to see them get some recognition. They have a song called "Take Me to the Bottom" that is awesome. So, but Lady A is going to win.
I'm going to go a little bit outside here. They haven't even really been brought up, but the Highwomen, I'm going to be honest. I cheated a little bit and looked at a lot of predictions, and a lot of people are really thinking the Highwomen, talented group. And this is going to be my upset pick. I already mentioned Ashley McBride, but this is the one I'm actually going to go with.
Bold statement. Okay.
So we'll see what happens. But I mean, again, it's been the Old Dominion Award. I don't the past few years, and I wouldn't be surprised again. Moving on to Duo of the Year, another one. It's been the Dan and Shay Award. The past at least a few award shows. But here we have Brooks and Dunn, Brothers Osborne, Dane and Shay, Florida Georgia Line, and Maddie and Tay. Jim, who you got?
God, this is tough. I mean, they're great. I mean, Maddie and Tay have had just a fantastic year. But I don't know if they're quite there yet because Dan and Shay have just had massive year again. So I think it's going to be Dan and Shay for at least one more year. And if Maddie and Tay keep it going, we'll be saying their names next year.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I was really hoping I didn't have to say this.
Bring it on.
But I'm going to have to agree with Jim on this one.
Who put Jim first? Jim,
I don't want that loud. I'm going with Dan and Shay. Hopefully they wrote an acceptance speech this time around.
Yeah. I'm sorry to tell you, but you're both wrong. It's going to be FGL. They're going to take home the trophy tonight. Florida Georgia Line. Yep.
There we go.
I am agreeing with my buddy Kevin. I do think that they continue to put out hit after hit. And I know there have been some doubters, and I was probably one of them. So who I thought, okay, this is like one hit wonder. But they put out good music, and I think they're going to take it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely had, some great songs too. Like they really, started flexing their songwriting muscles a little bit with Blessings too.
Yes.
It wasn't necessarily a big radio hit, but it was a great song. So 100%. That's a great pick. I think Maddie and Tay, they absolutely deserve it. They, I've been a huge fan of Maddie and Tay, and I for the way it feels, 2020 should have been up for some nominations and some serious consideration, that album in general.
Yep.
But that said, again, the Dan and Shay Award, it's at least past couple of years, they've had just more monster hits, and everything they've been touching lately turns to gold. So gonna go with Dan and Shay on this one. Now let's go to male artist of the year. This is where I feel like we definitely strategize, where we're like, well, entertainer of the year, could this person get male artist just because of that? Whatever. Chris Stapleton, Dierks Bentley, Eric Church, Luke Combs, and Thomas Rhett. Maybe we should go in reverse order just for that reason.
That's fair.
So
Okay.
I'll start. I'm gonna go Stapleton. He was nominated for the most awards, at least for the male side, for a reason. He had a great 2020. That album was incredible, and I feel like we always want to pick like the maybe more mainstream country artist, for lack of a better term. But in this situation, I think you got to go with Chris Stapleton. It's that's my vote this time around. How about you, Deb?
I think that's very accurate. However, I think the votes are going to go to Luke Combs, and my 16-year-old son would be super happy about that. I think he's had a great year.
Absolutely.
Well, I want to cast my vote to a guy I still apologize to every time we talk to, because I hung up on him on the phone once when he called in. I thought he said I thought he said, "Hi, this is Stokes," and I said, "Stokes, we're waiting for a call from Dierks Bentley," and I hung up the phone on him. But I think he is. Well, they're all worthy of it, but I think Dierks Bentley is going to be the winner tonight for that. I hung up on him. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember the last time I met someone named Stokes.
Yeah,
that was my idea. I thought this guy's got to be a weirdo. Let's hang up on the phone and wait for Dierks.
But I guess Dierks is kind of an interesting name too. I'm going with Chief. He's taking it home.
Chief. All right.
That's a very good answer as well, Jim.
No one is hotter in country music right now than Luke Combs, without a doubt.
That's
I mean,
true.
he's just everything he touches turns to gold. He can do ballads. He can do honky tonk. The guy's on fire right now. So it's Luke Combs, your male vocalist of the year.
There we go. Those are some great nominees and great selections. I mean, I think all of those guys are well deserving. So
that's true.
Yeah, let's go to female artist of the year. Some new nominees: Carly Pearce, nominated for the first time in this category. I believe Ashley McBryde as well. Yep. Kelsey Ballerini, Maren Morris, and Miranda Lambert. I guess I'll start. We'll go reverse order again. I mentioned Ashley McBryde and the possible upset. Carly had an awesome, especially at the tail end of 2020. She's been on a roll. Maren won last year. She's been incredible. Kelsey had a phenomenal album, and the reimagined version of the album. I'm going to go with Miranda again. I know she wins quite often, and understandably so. She's put out Wild Card and had some great music. So I'm going to go with Miranda on this one. What about you, Deb?
I would be happy with any of those girls taking it home, actually, because I think they're all super talented and they all have very unique sounds to their voice. But I think Miranda Lambert is going to be the winner.
I agree. I think they all are talented, but I believe Miranda will be taking home some hardware tonight, one of which will be titled Female Artist of the Year.
I want to agree with Jennifer and Sarah Jo, and I think Lori and I are on the same page. I love Carly. I'd like to see her win it, but I think it would be between Maren and Miranda, and I haven't picked her Miranda yet, and I love her, so I'm going with Miranda Lambert.
Well, let's see here. We got Jennifer and Lori. They were talking in there. Girls, you're right. This winner is going to be Carly Pearce, without a doubt. I think her voice has been so powerful and so strong in her story, and plus she's one of the greatest people to talk to. She's funnier than hell. You get right down to it. She really is. I think she's gonna bust through. This is gonna really take her into a status that's big time. So yeah, it's Carly Pearce.
Yeah, I mean, Carly, she took what was such a, obviously tough year, 29. I mean, she has the EP with it.
That's good.
And she really channeled that into some incredible music. And while she lost her producer, Busby, I feel like the production is better now with Shane McAnally on some of her music. So, yeah, I mean, Carly has been phenomenal. So I would definitely pop for that and be very excited. But again, this top to bottom and phenomenal category.
I think if Carly wins, we should expect to see some massive tears. That
100%.
29 album is so raw. That you can tell. I mean, all country music has emotion behind it, but she really did pour, the emotions into her new song.
And we'll hear a loud cheer from Gas City, Indiana.
Yes.
Trust me, where her family's all from and live. And they'll be partying hard tonight. Whether she wins or loses, they'll be partying hard tonight. But the way she speaks to her family. So
I think if Carly wins, she's going to have that Miss America moment.
Yeah.
The whole,
Right.
that's my Miss America moment. On the ground, tears.
I love it. Entertainer of the Year, last and certainly not least, we have Chris Stapleton, Eric Church, Luke Bryan, Luke Combs, and Thomas Rhett. Let's just shuffle this one. So I'm going to put Kevin on the spot first.
Well, I'll tell you what, all these guys, and I get tired of saying this, they all are certainly worthy of that title. But I have to agree with something Jim said earlier, and that is there is nobody hotter in country music right now than Luke Combs. He touches it, it turns to gold. And for that reason, I think he will be named Entertainer of the Year.
Okay, let's do Deb.
So, okay, gosh, it could be any of those. Luke's won it before, right? He's won it before. Thomas Rhett won it with Carrie last year, right? They split it as a tie. I mean, it could be anybody, but I'm going to go with Luke Combs as well. He's a hit. And I'm not just saying that because everybody likes him. I mean, you just listen to him, and if you watch him, he's just amazing.
You're saying it because I said it, right?
No, I'm not. In fact, I want to say the opposite because you said it. But I'm going with Luke Combs.
I'll take this one. Eric Church won the CMA this year.
Yep.
And he kind of made light of it. He was like, wow, this is the year when nothing's going on that I win. I really want to take Eric Church. I'll be very happy if he wins.
Yeah.
But that said, I mean, even Luke Combs, he found ways to try and be interactive despite being such a big superstar during this time. I mean, he did plenty of live stream shows. He did they re-aired that live last live performance he had on the What You See Is What You Get tour. And just really also embrace like TikTok to promote some of his music and stuff like that. So I'm going to go with Luke Combs, but it was a coin flip for me, but tie goes to Luke Combs between him and Eric Church. So we have Jenna and Jim. So let's go Jim.
Well, I'll be quick because I know we're starting to run out of time here, but this is a weird category because Entertainer of the Year means your concerts, your entertainment, your venues, what you're doing. This has not been a normal year. We all know that. But when you get right down to somebody who is just on fire, again, I got to go Luke Combs. I think Luke Combs is your Entertainer of the Year.
And last but not least, Jenna.
Dawn, I'm keeping track of my picks. I don't know about everyone else's.
I tried to, but I lost track I remember mine. We'll have to go back to
tomorrow morning. Everybody who won's gonna be my pick, just so you know.
Yeah, we know.
Right.
I said it last year and he didn't win, so I'm saying it again this year. Luke Combs. If he doesn't win, I don't know what else you have to do because in a weird year, he nailed it.
Yeah.
Right.
You nailed it. He's going to get his time soon. If not, now he will soon enough. So why not now? But anyways, thanks so much for watching. I know it's just started, so let's get to it. And we'll be sure to chat here on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, everything.
Yep.
See ya.
Bye.